Hello and welcome back to the channel, my fellow connoisseurs of the cruising life. I'm Alex, and if you are here, it means you also believe that you don't need $1,000,000 to feel like $1,000,000. All you need is a great suit, a witty anecdote, and a balcony cabin on a Royal Caribbean ship. And what a ship it is today. We are boarding the new crown jewel, the largest cruise ship on earth, Royal Caribbean's Star of the Seas. I was so excited, I practically skipped out of the rental car. I mean, we're talking about a vessel that doesn't just dwarf the Titanic. Wow, look at this. The lifeboat, the life tender, takes 450 people. Many cruises don't take 450 people. Wow! It makes the Titanic look like an inflatable dinghy in the bathtub. This is a floating city, 7,600 guests, almost 2,400 crew, nearly 10,000 people living together in harmony, or at least in very close proximity. It's mind-boggling. I checked my bank account before I left. I assure you, it's not mind-boggling.
So I found 18 of these lifeboats with 450. That's spots for 8,000 people on 18 of these. Which we have to see. There are some additional life rafts.
The journey started with a thrill. We could see this behemoth from miles away driving into Cape Canaveral. It was like seeing a mountain range where you knew there shouldn't be one. The boarding process itself, super smooth. Deliver the luggage to the porters, a quick transaction. I always tell them to handle my bags with the same care they handle a suitcase full of unmarked bills. Then came security, a short line, which is always a good start, and that's when I realized this ship is taking safety seriously. I had a couple of folks in my group who apparently thought they were James Bond, because security immediately zeroed in on their keychains. It turns out they were carrying a dangerous quarter-inch deadly miniature blade attached to a keychain. The full security team surrounded them. They confiscated the fatal tiny sheath. Honestly, I feel so much safer already. You know, you just can't be too careful about miniature stationary items on the IC. Thank you, security, for preventing a very slow, meticulous trimming of a fingernail. Now, I was traveling with some serious company. I mean, we're talking mega VIPs. People who make my personal goal of gentleman status look like I'm aiming for well-dressed peasant. So we were smuggled, and I used the word with pride. Posh, exclusive suites in Pinnacle Club, Shaking Lounge. They gave us some light refreshments, which is what they call this lukewarm, watered-down coffee and very average snacks. Look at him, almost a rock star, just effortlessly commanding that lukewarm coffee. You can almost feel the success radiating of that cling-wrapped tuna salad. But the personalized check-in was lovely, and for a moment I actually felt like I was supposed to be there. I felt like a millionaire. The feeling alone is worth the price of admission. Then you step into the ship. Wow! It's not just big, it's humongous, gigantic. I've been on the Oasis class, which I thought was the peak of nautical engineering, but this is different. You don't feel like you're on a ship. You feel like you are standing in a very, very high-end, multi-level, climate-controlled shopping mall. And that's where the danger lies, my friends. That shopping mall sensation, it tingles. It appeals to my most basic consumer-driven instincts. My wallet starts to tremble. My credit card is practically vibrating in my pocket. I must buy everything, all the things. Wait, stop! Let my restrained, gentlemanly persona take over. I will not fall prey to the retail siren song. I am here for the culture and the complimentary ice cream. Now, before I could properly explore, I had to drop off my essentials. When I travel, I'm not just a cruiser, I'm a professional documenter. So, for laptops, 5 phones, 3 cameras, 2 tripods, 360 camera, and of course, the full works of Tolstoy. I mean, a gentleman must have something to read in a pinch. It weighs almost 2 tons. I managed to sneak into the cabin corridor while a super nice staff member was passing. I just walked with the confidence of someone who owns the cabin. Everyone just smiled and said, "Welcome, sir. See, entitlement works." I dropped the weight. I felt immediately lighter, relieved of all that excess baggage. And now I was ready to strategically acquire new excess weight at the Windjammer Buffet. It is tradition. Post buffet, it's a mission. The gentleman must secure his daily espresso supply. Starbucks? No, thank you. Too common. I found the Pearl Cafe. It's Starbucks coffee, yes, but it's Royal Caribbean certified. And more importantly, they have the coffee scratch card. It's like playing bingo, but every scratch is a sure win. You get a coffee. I call it coffee bingo. With one card a day, I can successfully execute my mission to acquire 15 shots of espresso. It's not the top tier coffee, but it is an espresso, and I will survive. My goal is survival, and the caffeine is the life raft. This ship is immense. Just look at this. There's a lot to see. My credit card is still tingling, but my eyes are happy. Then I stumbled upon the jogging track, and I got excited. I love finding a place to get my daily 10,000 steps in.
Looks like I found the jogging track. At least there is one here on deck 6. So let's do it. Anyway, today people are entering through over here, which means this place is blocked as well as the other side. Let's try to see how many steps we get. I'm currently at just below 7,000 steps. Let's see how I am at the end of this curve. And I like when the gym, as director says, to the jogging track. Other ships of the Royal Caribbean have the same layout. Okay, just finished the lap. I'm at 7.5K, so I was just short of the 7,000. So I presume this would be around 600, 700 steps per lap.
But I must confess, with a ship this size, I was expecting a alpha marathon per lap. Turns out it's about 700 steps per lap. Only 700, which means I need 10 laps, plus the walk-in and from my cabin, which is conveniently located at the very end of the corridor, past the entire bank of 10 lifts. 10 lifts! There is certainly a lot of people going up in this world, isn't there? By the way, you wanted a quick peek at my cabin? It's lovely, a proper gentleman's lair. Everything I need, but because I'm a good friend, I took a look at my mega VIP friend suite. See that? That espresso machine? That is part of the Zillionaire suite package. So if you don't see me for a few hours, it means I'm making a very necessary, very extended, and very frequent social visit to my friend's cabin to supplement my coffee bingo winnings. It's called being resourceful. I'm logged into the app, the Wi-Fi is good, and I have my first cocktail in hand. Time to book the entertainment. If there is one thing I know I like, even before I even experience it, it's the entertainment on Royal Caribbean. It is outstanding. You just sit back, open your eyes wide, your ears, the jaw drops, and you open your mouth. It's a full body entertainment experience. Red alert! I was scrolling the app and there is no listing for a solo cruisers meetup. What? I need my legendary solo meetups. I want unforgettable experiences with other single people. Probably must be because of the massive amount of kids on this ship. This is a crisis. Looks like there will be no spontaneous, legendary social hour for this gentleman, this cruise. This truly begs the ultimate question. This is the famous Alex test for a cruise ship. The ultimate, definitive answer. Is the best cruise ship, the best cruise line, the one I'm in right now? Well, my friends, you'll have to tune in to the vlog, subscribe, and let's find that answer together during these next 7 days. By the way, I got some absolutely fabulous news about our stop tomorrow. Perfect day at Coco Key. I'll put the link to that future video in the square box here as soon as it's ready. Until next time, happy cruising!